Hello, everybody. Back for my second Twilight Struggle broadcast of the day. First one was an RTSL game this morning. I encourage you to check it out if you haven't already. Definitely an interesting one that curious to hear feedback about. But this one is an Atlantic League Finals game. This is recorded game two. Yes, we do have audio for this one. I just, for some reason, I couldn't figure out some mic issues. Obviously, it was very late at night for Young Bay. And so I did not want to hold him up any longer than I already did. But now I have figured everything out. We're back with some audio. So let's go. And Jordan, no delay on this one. So let's just get right into this. Well, no delay in a manner of speaking. It's a delay of a couple of days, as it were. We've got Gabriel. We've got Ryan. Ryan is the USSR. I'll be watching from his side tonight. And here we go. So this hand is garbage. Ryan with a terrible hand here. Yeah, no four ops, two scorings. No Marshall in hand, obviously. So he's hoping, I'm sure, to dump Europe in the headline. And then probably get a coup off in Iran, and then dump Middle East, and then he can actually play the game. But this would be a bad U.S. hand, an okay U.S. hand, I should say, mediocre to okay, since you've got Middle East scoring. But it's a terrible USSR hand. Not the best hand to start. No, Ryan. Ryan is an elite Twilight Struggle player, one of America's best. And he does a great job recognizing that this hand is not very good. Gabriel goes with 4-3-3. Which is interesting. It might tempt, in a different setting, this might tempt Ryan to try and attack Europe. Maybe try coup on Italy, but he dumps the scoring. And I think that was wise on both players' parts. And now he's thinking about a coup. Needs a 4 just to do anything, though. And so looks like he doesn't want to take the 50-50. Yep. Yeah, I think that's right, and you probably want to just get rid of the Middle East. Maybe a coup Pakistan when he goes in. This is tricky, but yeah, I always hate. I really like the coup as the U.S. as the USSR, even though I have in my latest streak of tough luck, I have missed on that opening coup, which always feels really bad. Although I now am on a 4-game unbeaten streak, so that is something. I guess that's not nothing. So we will see what Gabriel decides to do. I would expect he'd just march right into Pakistan. Yeah, that's exactly what he does, and goes Lebanon. And Ryan now has the decision: does he want to do something about that, or does he want to just score the Middle East and move on with his life? Oh, he tries the Pakistan coup and rolls a 6. Oh, that is a huge, huge roll. Wow. That's a little bit of a Hail Mary from Ryan. He needed a 4 to get anything in there. And then he needed, obviously, Gabriel is going to coup back, you would think. Nope, not going to coup back. And now you could see a realigned situation if Ryan wanted to be more aggressive. But Ryan's hand is terrible, so he's just going to score Middle East. I think that's right. But yeah, anything less than a 6, and you probably eat a coup back there. Yeah, Ryan thinking about a one-op coup here. You don't want to give the U.S. a target for easy mill-ops. Yeah, Ryan, no doubt annoyed that he is going to. I wonder if Ryan should have put an extra op. Should not have pumped up both East Germany and Poland, and should have put one in Austria in addition to Yugoslavia, knowing he was giving up Truman. That way, he keeps Italy access. But he doesn't do that. Okay, so Gabriel gets his mill ops. He coups Pakistan, rolls poorly. And Ryan, I would take India here if I were Ryan. I think you need India. Then they can protect each other from the IP war. Oh, thinking about Burma and walking to Thailand. Yep, that makes sense too. Yeah, I don't mind this. This kind of forces Gabriel to take Thailand before the end of the turn. Yeah, it's exactly what he's going to do. And then he may have to coup to protect Thailand here, but if he does that, then Ryan can flip it with the China card next turn, assuming he's not purged. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and take Lao, an extra into South Korea. That makes sense. So Gabriel with a little bit of a tough decision here. Doesn't want to give up a juicy coup on Thailand here. Also doesn't want to allow Ryan to flip it with the China card. Okay, now he has dominated in Asia regardless. Okay, now, he's just going to, interesting. All right, so we're going to poke Pakistan and stop Asia domination that way. Now DEFCON goes to 4. So he could have overprotected Thailand. But you still leave yourself available to the coup, or leave yourself open to the coup, and you leave yourself open to an Asia headline. Now Ryan, with a little bit better hand here, he's got duck and cover. He's also got purge, which is nice. Defectors is gone, so I think this is a nice, easy purge. And okay, a big roll coming here on the IP war. Okay, and Gabriel wins the war. So Ryan now needs to get this coup off in Thailand. Needs a 4, gets a 6. Huge roll, reasserts Asia domination. And now he's got 4 countries to Gabriel's 2. And Gabriel is going to have a tricky time stopping this Asia domination while purged. Ryan also has Fidel and CIA and no access, so he'll be able to get rid of CIA free on AR6. Ryan also with blockade in his hand. We haven't seen Marshall. We've seen NATO. I don't think that Gabriel had any other 4-ops last turn, so I believe that Marshall and Purge are or rather, NATO and Purge are the only 4-ops we have seen. So it's likely that Gabriel has a 4-op to discard, but it's also likely that he has decall and won't want to discard regardless. If I were Gabriel, I'd want to get into France pretty quickly. Okay, yep, that makes sense. Yeah, I like this play. You're not going to win. You're not going to win that Asia Dom fight. Get Suez out of your hand, and then you can get into France when you get blockaded. Ryan now has to decide how greedy he wants to be. Yeah, right. You could just dump the scoring for 5. You can take India. War's gone. You could, I don't like it, but you could play duck for ops, deny the coup and take India and South Korea. But I don't really like that because Gabriel without a good coup target. Little surprised to see that Lebanon coup. Maybe he wants to threaten Gabriel of no presence in that side of the Middle East, with his only influence there being in Egypt. If I were Ryan, I'd be anxious to poke West Germany. Okay, Gabriel decides to lower DEFCON. We'll see if this is a 5, and it's exactly a 5. So the Lebanon coup works out very well for Ryan. He gets the 2 VPs out of that he would have gotten if he'd taken India and South Korea. So that works out well for him. Yeah, Gabriel going to space D-stall, which suggests he probably also has decall. And see, I would rather see Ryan go ahead and event blockade early. Not wait this long. Okay. Okay, Sokovs and Gabriel now with no presence in Europe. Yeah, yeah. So you're going to give blockade. You'll event blockade here. I really doubt that Gabriel would space destall unless he also had decall. Having already won the race to the first space slot. Yeah, and now Gabriel with no access to West Germany. So if he loses this, he's going to have to go into France. Now Ryan, for his, okay, he does discard Marshall Plan. He's got, he's going to UN decall. Okay, so he's going to UN decall and skip the action round. That's a good play as well. Yeah, and now Ryan gets rid of CIA pretty much for free. Yeah, that was a mean purge. And yeah, Gabriel with will have no response to this. However, I'm sure what Ryan would like to do is poke West Germany, get access to France, but you can't do that with just one op. Okay. So you could spread into Libya here. I would like it if I were Gabriel. I don't like the idea of potentially getting cooed out of Egypt and having nothing going on in the western half of the Middle East. I might go into Israel. I might go into going into Libya. Yeah, I like this. I like this, and I like Lebanon from Ryan. So, okay. Ryan's turn one hand was terrible, but Gabriel's hand wasn't very good either, and then he got off a mean purge. Let's see what redraws look like. Okay, De Gaulle. Ryan's certainly happy to get that in his hand. Nasser, and then some garbage redraws. But special is free, and he doesn't have to worry about defectors. So I think De Gaulle would be, this is a pretty easy De Gaulle headline. You don't really have to worry about giving up a coup. It is a Milops situation. But the coup is going to go to Iraq after you take France. So I think this is De Gaulle and then just special to take France. Okay, so Gabriel finally going to have some ops this turn. Yeah, this is... this is fine. I think this is fine. I don't think you need to use the 4-op yet. Now, you're going to space NORAD, so I think you will stomach U.S.-Japan. But U.S.-Japan, 2 South Korea, 1 India, maybe take Burma as well. I think is fine. That would give you 7 countries in Asia. So Gabriel would need to take Afghanistan, Malaysia, Indonesia, and the Philippines. We need to take all 4 of those. Oh, okay. We're gonna have a jammy jam situation. And Ryan says, I'll do that all day. Gabriel perhaps also wants... Truman is gone. Gabriel probably also wants access to Algeria. So no destall, no decall for Ryan in the early war. However, both are back in the deck. Okay, 5-year plan. Okay, could jam again, doesn't. Just wants to take Algeria. Okay, now... Okay, so I think giving up China is fine here. Ryan seems content to let Gabriel coup and get Milops. I believe Korean War, chat can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Korean War is in Gabriel's hand. So the fact that he's playing into South Korea suggests he wants to bait Ryan into taking it immediately, or if he doesn't take it, he'll just space the war. Maybe he wants to space the war anyway. In fact, he almost certainly does want to space the war anyway if his plan is to deny Milops. So, okay, Ryan uses China. Now I think you coup if you're Gabriel. You just coup Iraq, get your 2 Milops. You do lose Algeria if that happens. But I think that's okay. Truman's gone, so there's no poke France, take Algeria threat. Okay, Bert the Turtle. Okay, well, 4-op's going to just stop Asia Dom. Oh, and Ryan now thinking about giving NORAD, and this is not a wow. Okay, he gives NORAD. This is not a NORAD friendly board. France and South Korea already out there as very good targets for NORAD. Okay, here goes UN back, and that's going to UN SOC Govs, and I wonder if we'll see Taiwan taken. Nope, going to stop Europe Dom instead of Asia. All right. And in the end, Ryan gets the coup. He does give NORAD, though, so we will see if that just jams France. This is a very interesting sequence here. If I were Gabriel, I think I would have just couped and gotten my Milops. That's a 4 VP swing. But instead, Gabriel pushed hard and was punished for it as a result, but he did get China. Okay. Yeah, and now 2 France, or 3 France rather, and Ryan now has to give Japan, which stops Dom. Yeah. Taiwan now a hugely important country, not only because Formosan is in effect, but because it's the 8th country in Asia, and both players have 7. I believe this is Korean War, which has to, okay, he's just going to give it, hope he wins the war, and he does. So the war fails, and Ryan will go into the mid-war with a 5 VP lead rather. This should be Algeria. You could jam France again if you wanted to, and just continue to make things a headache for Ryan, or you could just take Algeria and maybe go 1 Mexico. Yeah, no, he's just gonna jam. Okay, so neither player showing any interest in the mid-war regions. And here we are, turn 4. Okay, Middle East, not the scoring that Ryan wanted to see. Southeast Asia is better. Only 2, though. This is not a great Brezhnev hand. Maybe this is Nasser. Okay, yeah, Gunman's a possibility as well. You coup, and then you fix France. Brezhnev, Fidel's an event, Nasser's an event. You probably want to event arms race. You got 2 scorings and a 4. This is not a good Brezhnev hand. Brezhnev is actually a good hold candidate here. Oh, Junta. Not what Ryan wants to see. So Junta now is going to lower DEFCON. Also, that kind of defeats the purpose of Gunman, which was to lower DEFCON so you can also fix France. Junta also will help Ryan a little bit because it dodges NORAD. Okay, and now Ryan cleaned out. Okay, this hand pretty good. OAS and Puppets turn 4 after no D-stall. Also gets Brush, although not really a good Brush target on the board at the moment. That might be held for a rainy day. Portuguese is a problem. We will bury you, obviously, a problem. But both of those can be... one of them will be spaced, the other one held in all likelihood. So gunmen, yeah, not a lot to do here with gunmen. I think you're just going to put it in France and then take France and Algeria. Yeah, Ryan also was, if we're thinking about arms race here, but Ryan definitely is not going to be able to get arms race off. In matter of fact, he's not going to be able to get mill ops at all here. So yeah, just one France. And then I think definitely, no, I would much rather take Algeria, I think. Turkey's good, and forces Gabriel to respond in Europe, but I really like taking Algeria. I think I would have gone to France. Well, I mean, maybe one France, two Algeria, one in Turkey. I don't know, but we will see. So Ryan just goes ahead and overprotects France, so he doesn't have to deal with any jamming from Gabriel. Gabriel also went into Venezuela instead of Chile, which is unusual. It can be a little bit risky, but with OAS and puppets in hand, not too bad. Okay, yeah, there's China. Going to take Algeria and stop Dom. Yeah, that's a good play. Yeah, if I were Ryan, I think I would have rather had Algeria than Turkey. Oh, that makes okay. Jordan is miles ahead of me here. That makes all kinds of sense. So thank you for calling me out and saying something stupid. Ryan didn't want to take Algeria because there are no good brush targets on the board, and Algeria would have been a pretty good one. So perhaps willing to concede Algeria to make brush a little bit awkward. Gabriel has brush. He could hold it, but then he's going to have to give up PEC or We Will Bury You, and obviously can't give up We Will Bury You here, or space or hit the space roll and space both. So we could see brush held, I suppose. And now we'll see how aggressive Ryan wants to be in the Middle East, whether he's content getting off for even, or if he feels Saudi as well to go for Dom. We know that Gabriel doesn't have Sadat. So I would think he'd go for Dom because he doesn't have a lot of great places to put his ops at the moment. Yeah, desperately needs some access. Ryan with plenty of ops here, but no access to speak of. So I think we'll see him take Egypt and fill Saudi Arabia if that is Gabriel doesn't brush Egypt or put 3 in there right now. Obviously, putting 3 in Egypt right now is not great if Ryan has Muslims, but Ryan does not. Yeah, and Gabriel, and Gabriel, I was just about to say, Gabriel's got a lot of access, but no ops. Okay, I don't understand. Okay, Gabriel's going to use OAS to get into the bottom half of South America, so he wanted to use puppets elsewhere. I get that. All right, Ryan pushing hard here in the Middle East. Not even going to bother with Saudi, just going to attack there and do the Muslims bluff. And Gabriel's going to say, you know what, just do your thing there. I'm going to focus on filling regions that I have access to and you don't. Okay? This makes sense. I wonder if we'll see a brush war of Libya here for mill ops. Gabriel needs his mill ops too, so we will see brush this turn. Also forgot, Gabriel did play China, so he can hold 2. Okay, I wonder if we will see a cultural event here. Yeah, going to go Middle East. We could have used cultural to fill Saudi and get an additional VP out of it, but okay, yeah, we're going to see that spaced. And now we will see the event here, although Fidel would have been a nice event as well. And now Gabriel with the decision if he wants to go brush. Brush is a 2 VP play. Really, your only target is Libya. You could go Thailand, but you need a 5. In matter of fact, and Southeast Asia scored as well. And it currently won't affect Asia domination. But I think you do want your mill ops, but you also want to fill up. Nope, going to space again. Interesting. So going to hold brush and not take the free VPs. Misses on the roll. So, and now we will bury you gone. So Missile Envy, if Ryan gets it, is free. And oh my goodness, no ops here. A bunch of 1s and 2s. Also gets Europe. But nothing to really change the story in Europe. No access to speak of. IP war, usually nice to see, but Pakistan, he'd need a 6 for a success there. This hand is terrible. He does have Allende here. So Allende can get you into the bottom half of South America. And maybe I'm headlining Allende and then using China to fill up Chile and Argentina if I get a coup stolen from me. Ugh. I think I like Allende. Oh. So I think I'd fill, I don't know. I think I'd probably fill Chile and Argentina here. Ryan with an 11 VP lead. And he's got a positive scoring in his hand for in Europe, but that's going to be only 1 VP. Asia's positive for him as well. It's +1. But the mid-war regions are ugly. CIA would still be safe here, and obviously just about to not be with Allende. Also, ABM, I'm not sure I understand the ABM headline. ABM, I think, would be better saved by Gabriel, especially with NORAD in effect. Maybe he's worried about missile envy. That's probably the explanation, though, is that he's worried about missile envy with "We Will Bury You" gone. I think Ryan has to take a coup in Africa. Okay, he gets the coup, and now Gabriel with an opportunity. He could coup back in Africa if he wants, but then Ryan would take Argentina and get that foothold in South America. Of course, Gabriel could also take Argentina himself, but then Ryan gets another coup in Africa. Okay, now just going to coup back and miss. Okay, that's a big sequence for Ryan. Gabriel gets NORAD. Where's that going to go? Yeah, Chile or Zaire goes Chile. And now you're just going to take Argentina if you're Ryan. You're just going to take Argentina if you're Ryan. Yes. Yep. Yeah, you can't, I agree. I agree with Ryan. You don't want to play into Brush and give him an easy target, but at the same time, you can't just concede Argentina because you're worried about Brush. Then you're going to lose Angola to a Brush. So, I mean, yeah, I think this is Brush time. Oh, mid-turn grain. Wow, he had grain, and he headlined ABM instead. Very surprised by that. He must have been really worried about missile envy. Okay, well, you give the war here. It's not that big a deal. And you take Chile, and you pump up Zaire. Yeah, that's exactly what you do. Oh, he returned it. Interesting. I think I would have wanted to cut hand size and risk the 2 VP. Okay, and there it is. Brush goes to Angola, and he rolls a 1. So, okay, Ryan escapes there. Ryan seems worried about Kitchen. So maybe you get rid of... Okay, now Kitchen less of an issue because Ryan's got Angola and Argentina. Oh, and that's disappointing for Ryan. That's a couple of VP. That's a 3 VP swing, not getting Fidel off. Yeah, Fidel was sitting in Ryan's hand for quite a while. I believe he had it turn 3. D-Stall going to space. Gabriel looking for 2 more VPs. Gets him to go. Ryan will pull one back, and then I think you just event Fidel anyway, don't you? Because you probably want to hold how I learned. Okay, that's fine too. Yeah, I was thinking we might want to hold how I learned because of a potential NORAD situation. Yeah, Gabriel says didn't want to risk the VPs on AI War. That makes sense. He was down 11 at the time. So Europe Dom followed by OPEC, or an Asia Dom followed by OPEC is GG. Yeah, and Romanian doesn't help things. But with Europe scored, you'll have time to deal with that. And a one-op coup, okay, just enough to break control there. Okay, OPEC and Asia. Liberation's nice. Would have been nicer last turn. Purge also nice. Missile Envy nice. Missile Envy's free. Lots of good choices here. So OPEC is 3. Purge is always nice. Decall very nice with Africa unscored. Missile Envy is free. Libs can get you Mexico. Lot of good choices here. So interesting. That's interested to see what the chat would want to headline here. I think maybe I'd go decall. I think maybe it's decall. Decall also helps you in Asia. I didn't know. Oh, I wasn't even thinking about that. Decall also very helpful in Asia. In addition to Africa. So yeah, I think this would be a decall headline. And then if DEFCON gets lowered in the headline, you can flip over Nigeria as well as Indonesia. ABM's gone, Brush is gone. Junta could be a thing here, and decall would really kind of neuter Junta. Yeah, this would be decall for me. Okay, Camp David, not particularly scary. Yeah, one there, Algeria for sure. And then, yeah, one Zaire. And then I think you just score Asia and give the coup, don't you? Don't you just score your domination here and give the coup? And then if Gabriel coups, you can fill up. Don't you just score your domination here? Because if Gabriel takes the coup, then you can fill. Oh yeah, and now NORAD's just going to repair Indonesia. Yeah, no, I don't like that. I don't like that. I would have scored my domination and let Gabriel choose between coupping and repairing. Okay, but he takes the coup. All right, we're going to fix Indonesia, fix Algeria, and getting a couple into Peru as well because he doesn't want to get realigned out of Chile. Okay, this will be a flip of Indonesia, and I wonder if I might just put another one in there. And then now you could see a poke of North Korea, South Korea, India. Yeah, I would have. I think I would have liked to. That it also makes NORAD less effective. Yeah, if I were Ryan, I would have scored. I would have scored Asia there. Take my 6, just put them in the bank, and then give up that coup. Okay, there's another VP for Ryan. Yep. And now South America Dom for Gabriel. So Ryan can just take his VPs from Asia. Is he going to fight? The question is, did he want to fight in South America or try these realigns? Ryan checking the deck for 4 ops. Obviously, Missile Envy Muslim Revolution would be a nice hit. But he's really hoping to get a US 4. NATO and Marshall are gone, as is US Japan. So there are no US 4s. Never mind. But okay, yeah, it does get Muslim. That's probably his best case scenario. And And now Gabriel with his 2 ops is going to have to just refill Iran. Yeah. I think you take your VPs and you hope Gabriel doesn't have South America. But he does. So 5 VPs there. I think you got a space now. He hits the roll. CRGs is definitely worse than the Pope here, I think, but you want to get rid of the Pope. Hold CRG through the reshuffle. Okay, Gabriel needs his Mill-Ops. Coups, Botswana. OPEC, I think you got to take your 3, and then Libs could be a coup, but I still like the event. Scored lives matter, after all. Yeah, 2 Mexico, and then, yeah, 1 Panama's fine. Yeah, you know, Peter, I love the coup. I love the Pope, excuse me, but he hasn't helped me all that much lately. It's been a long time since I've had a Europe control game, or even one where I flipped Poland and it mattered. So maybe the Pope is falling out of favor a little bit. But anyway, Ryan does the smart thing. Spaces the Pope, holds CRG, which is the recurring event, gets it through the reshuffle. And now turn 7, Africa will be coming. So we might see a protracted fight there. Or we might see Gabriel headline the scoring because he's got headline peak and dominate and is likely to take domination here. Okay, 1 Nigeria, 1 Saharan. No, does not go Nigeria. Takes both Cameroon and Saharan states. I don't believe we've seen Che, and I believe Gabriel gets it. And here's some garbage. So another terrible hand for Ryan. Keeps getting these terrible hands, and yet he's racking up VPs. So Ryan with a 12 VP lead. AI War, an uninspiring redraw. But you have Voice, CRG, Nuke subs in Ryan's hand, all known. Shuttle, not really an issue at the moment. Yeah, Willie's annoying. This is a tricky hand for Ryan. Okay, Ryan. Well, it's less tricky now with Bear Trap. So Gabriel's going to steal a coup. But Ryan's going to be able to dump VOA. Now he'll be able to space CRG. He'll give nuke subs on AR7. So yeah, I assume we'll just see a nice coup in Zaire. Ooh, Salt would have been an interesting event with NORAD. But maybe nothing. I mean, and he could have salted for VOA. So okay, Ryan not interested in flipping Nigeria with the realigned potential and the fact that it doesn't affect domination. Gabriel gets arms race off for 3. He's going to get Africa off for another 6, unless we see the realigns. Yep, Ryan needed to do that. Okay, big roll here for Gabriel. Misses that time. Ryan not really in a position to stop Dom. Gabriel with 5 countries to 3. And Ryan with the scoring known in his hand. Omit could have been an interesting event, but I see. But yeah, Gabriel really wants to make sure he gets. Ryan's not going to win this. Well, he's definitely not going to win it now. But even then, very unlikely he'd win this fight with the scoring known. I expect we'll see Gabriel take Egypt here. Maybe he could even take Israel as well. with Camp David in effect. Okay, just the one op, probably to Egypt. Yep. Yeah, and Ryan going to give up the 6, and now with a 4 VP lead, and now Gabriel needs to go to work on Europe. Or just take a nice 4 VPs and even up the score. So Ryan had a dozen VP lead at the start of this turn, and now it's all even. I wonder if you... Yeah, that's interesting. I was wondering if you might just put 3 into West Germany. With NATO in effect, the threat of Europe control is not great. You probably just respond... Ryan probably just responds with 1 in Italy. Yeah, okay. He's going to take West Germany. All right. So here we go. Okay, Asia is a nice scoring. Aldrich is nice. Not quite as nice, certainly, with Ryan having headline peak. So Aldrich is interesting. And potentially Latin American debt crisis could be interesting late in the turn if you do get Aldrich off. Yeah, don't think we can risk Aldrich in that. Like, I get that, but I don't think you want to you certainly don't want to headline Asia and get it defectored. And you don't want to... Yeah, you don't really have much in the way of other headlines. I guess you could headline Lads. Okay, Grain. This is a nice hand. Yeah, Kennedy, Ussuri to steal China. EEU is annoying. Hostage crisis is an easy space. Ortega's not a problem. Solidarity is blank with the Pope not in effect. Yeah, a lot of... I don't think you take Kennedy here because this isn't a Kennedy hand. So, yeah, the question is, do you take Ussuri? Do you take EEU? I think I agree with Jordan. I think it's Ussuri. Oh, and he steals Asia, which I'm sure is not the card that Gabriel was looking for. So you're going to have to return that. And then the question is, do you fill Brazil back up? Or do you coup Brazil and hope you roll well? He coups Brazil and he doesn't get the roll. Oh, that is huge. So Gabriel took the gamble, could have let Ryan roll the dice. Instead, decides to roll them himself, misses, and now South America's even. Yes, nuke subs is known. So that's a big miss for Gabriel. Yeah, I'm going to just play Kennedy. I'm going to overprotect Japan. So Gabriel right now with 5, 6, 8 countries in Asia to 6 for Gabriel. So if Gabriel gets Taiwan, then with shuttle in effect, that stops Dom. Yeah, right. Yeah, and Gabriel realizes he's got a lot of countries to... he really doesn't want to let this Asia Dom go off. So still India and South Korea to overprotect. And Ryan with 2 scorings to play. Ryan obviously can't play Chernobyl. Doesn't want to play nuke subs early, so maybe he's getting a little bit nervous here. Okay, Ortega's going to poke South Korea. Yep. Now I think Ryan wants to overprotect that. I mean, a Latin America debt crisis is an interesting event, potentially. Yeah, Ryan. Ryan is concerned now. He may need to use China because he could use a two-op here to take South Korea and overprotect it, but then India is getting poked, and if you fix India, then Burma's getting poked. You could use China, so you got to overprotect that. Then you got to overprotect India. Yeah, yeah. I think Ryan. Yeah, you have to use China here. Ryan also needs his mill ops. Chernobyl is very risky here to play early because Gabriel has EEU. So you play Chernobyl on AR4, you're going to lose East Germany. Yeah, Ryan thinking about it. He really wants this Asia Dom. Doesn't so much want to give up China, though. Okay, he uses China. Now he will get the Dom off because I do not believe that Gabriel has a 4-op to take Taiwan. So Ryan has 3 ARs left. 2 of them are going to be spent playing scoring cards, and the third one probably cooing with Chernobyl. And you're going to hold nuke subs again, I would think. Yeah, so if I were Gabriel, since EEU is known, I don't know that you need to wait for the last action round. I might just trigger it now. Because West Germany, East Germany, and Poland are at 4. So EEU flips domination. Now, of course, Ryan knows that Gabriel doesn't have the scoring. Let me fast forward the video here. Okay. Fast forward it just a little bit so we can still see Gabriel's move. Okay, yep, going to go to space. He knows he has to do it. He misses on that roll. Ryan will gladly get rid of his Asia. That takes shuttle out of play as well. Big miss for Gabriel on the space roll, but I'm sure he was happy to get hostage crisis in his hand, with that being a huge card for the Middle East. Okay, gonna go ahead and protect there. Yep, just gonna score, and then I assume, yeah, then you're gonna coup with Chernobyl or nuke subs. I guess it's Chernobyl, and then you save nuke subs if you have a DEFCON situation. But you also know well, I don't know if you coup because you know you're about to get hit with EEU, which is a big problem. Gabriel also has headline peak. Europe is unscored. So if you get hit with EEU here, that flips domination. Yeah, no question about it. And now Ryan with the tough decision here. He's got to refill. Yeah, he's got to refill here and then give up on mill ops. So right now, so Gabriel going to go into turn 9 down a VP. War games probably not really a consideration at this point for either player. Obviously, central, a brush war or libs, anything could flip Central America to control. Africa already scored. South America already scored. Okay, yeah, solidarity just for the ops to fill up. Israel doesn't give domination, though, because no non-battleground there. Okay, and this hand is considerably better. So you get Quagmire, you get Brezhnev. Brezhnev is interesting. You don't have Reformer. You could potentially headline Brezhnev and... okay, just going to go Quagmire. Brezhnev is... could have given you, if you hold Glasnost, could have given you the full 7 ops if you don't event any of these cards. Yeah, North Sea, I think you're just going to... You could space it, but I think you'd rather space nuke subs with the African situation. I really don't think you can give up a nuke subs coup. But yeah, Quagmire's fine. Junta, not what Ryan wanted to see. Okay, so obviously I wasn't thinking about NORAD with regard to Quagmire. Okay, and there it is, and he gets the roll, huge roll on Mexico, and now Central. Now Ryan in some serious trouble in Central, so he can use these ops to flip over Panama. Yeah, I'm sure he would have liked to hold Glasnost, but. You need ops. He needs ops, and he needs them now. Oh, a big miss, and he discards Missile Envy. So that suggests no problem cards in... Okay, one Egypt. Thinking about flipping that over, perhaps. I mean, I think I'd just take Cuba. I think I'd take Panama and Cuba. Okay, gonna coup. Oh, thinking about realigns. Oh yeah, that's two good targets for realigns in Africa. But now, yeah, you can't realign now. You need to take Panama. Yeah, Ryan with realigned targets in Venezuela, in Algeria. Wow, yeah, 3 good targets. You're right. He's actually got 4, counting Venezuela. He's got Venezuela, Algeria, Nigeria, and South Africa. Okay, Gabriel going to fight in the Middle East. Okay, here go the realigns. And wow, that is a big miss. That can't even clear it. Can't even flip Nigeria. So Gabriel could take Nigeria back and go Ivory Coast, but then you still have Algeria and South Africa and Venezuela to worry about. Also, I'm a little surprised to see Ryan not take Cuba. Yeah, obviously, I believe Fidel is around, but obviously Central is unscored. It's a country you want. It's worth 2 VP. Okay, 4 op. Okay, going to take Middle East Dom. The one in Ivory Coast doesn't do a ton there, but okay. Yeah, and Ryan decides he's going to go ahead and take Cuba now, but now Gabriel can go to Nicaragua and Haiti and get realigned targets of his own. Yeah, Ryan with a ton of realign options here and not a lot of time to do them. Yeah, Ryan doing some math, likes what he sees in Asia, but he's down, he's behind in the Middle East, he's behind in Africa, South America's even. Question is Central going to come up and will either player be able to get Dom there? Okay, and there's Middle East for 4 for Gabriel. And he tries the realigns again, and he misses. Now tries South Africa, misses there. Wow, wow. realigns, these realignment rules have Ryan worked very hard to set up all these realigned targets, and it is not working out well for him. Okay, Gabriel going to take a coup. He needs it, rolls a 1. And Ryan going to give up a VP. Oh, boy. I don't know. Ryan gives up a VP to take Nicaragua and Haiti. Obviously doesn't want Gabriel to get Nicaragua and Haiti. But that VP could be interesting for war games. We'll see, especially with Gabriel on the doorstep space-wise. Yep, and North Sea, yes, and Peter mentions North Sea in effect, so Gabriel now with 2 turns. So, yeah, that's a good point, Peter, because Gabriel could have gone into Nicaragua and Haiti and realigned, assuming that he doesn't, obviously, that he's got 2 cards he wants to play. I suspect Gabriel will do everything he can to hold China. But if you're going to use China, using it to flip Indonesia is weird, but not too bad, because it does stop Asia Dom. Although, of course, taking Taiwan could restore that, so that's probably not great. So we will see how Gabriel wants to handle this. Okay, well, don't worry about realigning. He's just going to jam. Yeah, Ryan's saying maybe he should have taken Saudi instead. That makes sense with the scoring out. But okay, so Central and Europe are still around. Tear down this wall is still around. Oh, and there is war games. Okay, so he's gonna flip over Cuba. Yeah, I definitely like Gabriel's position much better than I like Ryan's here, and especially now. Woof. So Tear Down and Star Wars, both big problems. The Pope, you're just going to have to give. Nuke subs, you're just going to have to give. Marine Barracks, not particularly helpful. Libs is not that great with Mexico at 4. Yeah, this I don't know. I don't know how Ryan wins this. I don't know how Ryan wins this game. Terrorism is also around. It's a NATO-activated special. Push France there. Yeah, get to 6 VPs. Yeah, this is a terrible hand. Yeah, you've got a coup in Africa. Okay, gets the roll. You can't. Yeah, you can't fight this Europe stuff though. Europe is also unscored. Ryan does have brush. What's his brush target? Maybe Mexico? I don't know. Okay. These might just go into France. Yeah, just going to put them all into France. There goes a brush in Mexico. Ryan misses on the roll. And Gabriel with a 1-0 lead in this series, and it looks like he's going to make that 2-0. Yeah, Ryan seemed to have a lot of VPs, but very little access, and just couldn't seal the game. Okay, I'm going to take back Cuba and France, and now that's Europe Dom for Gabriel. Yeah, I got a Space Star Wars, and we'll see if Gabriel's got terrorism. Destall. Okay, finally does hit that space roll. Now with a 9 VP. It looks like it's all over but the Cryan. And Gabriel is going to take his 7th in a row from Ryan. Yeah, these two players agreed that it would be a best of 5. So series is not over yet, but Ryan now needs to win 3 in a row against a player who's beaten him 7 times in a row. So not great. Not great at all. Gabriel gets his mill ops. Just going to go ahead and coup Haiti. Doesn't affect domination. Oh man, Reagan. Even Reagan bombs is bad. Gives up 2 VPs. Yeah. So at this point, Gabriel up 11. With 2 dominations on the board, and he's ahead battlegrounds in Central and Africa as well, with South America even. So Asia is Ryan's only good region. Yeah. Ryan being a gracious loser. Always a nice quality to see in any Twilight Struggle player. Oh, and will it be DEF CON? It will not. Yeah, Marine Barracks is fine. Why not? Gabriel knows he's finally... Oh, that's right, of course. You are correct, Ryan. Subs would have saved DEF CON. Okay, big old 4-op. Yeah, just going to fix that up. Sure, coup Haiti. And that is going to do it. We'll see what Gabriel's got planned for his final AR. So Gabriel is on the doorstep of an Atlantic League championship. And looking forward to seeing the rest of these games. It could be just 1, could be up to 3. But thank you, Ryan, for sending me this recording. Glad we were able to get this one on the air. And I'll have Game 3 as soon as these guys play it. So appreciate everybody tuning in on short notice. Gabriel, especially thank you for tuning in and kind of defending some of your moves here. Ryan, stop looking at this and just see what the play was. Come on, Ryan. Thank you guys for holding off on reporting. And China? What's China going to do? Take Africa Dom, poke, yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you everybody for watching. Thanks Ryan and Gabriel for playing. We'll have Game 3 at some point. But until next time, this is Justin Abramson. That was fun, but now it's done. So long, everybody.